Welcome to another exciting episode of Langston's World. I am your host, the Great Beard of Knowledge, and it is so good to be back with you guys today. Today we are doing another very special episode. This is going to be a sales defense course.
That boy is good.
Not having proper sales defense skills will leave your bank account looking like a crime scene.
Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my life.
You're going to be in there looking for clues and dusting for fingerprints, trying to figure out what happened to your money because
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
So this is a great sales defense course for anyone that's looking to save some money during quarantine and after quarantine, anybody who has an impulse spending problem, or anyone who's putting off sitting in front of a salesman because you know you don't have the skills to defend yourself and your money.
Let me hear you say, that ain't right.
Worth noting, this episode we're going to do several segments. We're going to actually do In the News this episode. We're going to do the Before You Quit Your Job. We're going to leave out the Financial Freedom Trail because these tactics, this sales defense course is going to save you a ton of money. And I've got some special shout outs at the end. Before we get into it, I just want to welcome all the new people to Langston's World. Welcome. It is so good to have you here. And for all the longtime listeners, I salute you. Thank you for rolling with me on this journey. So I'm going to get right into it. Good salesmen have a ton of different plays in their proverbial playbook to separate people from their money. They've got a ton of tools and devices and stratagems that they can spring on unsuspecting consumers at a moment's notice. Today, we're going to talk about two of the most frequently used techniques to sell people stuff, to separate people from their money. And the first one is called the blitz. Now, the blitz is exactly what it sounds like. That's when salesmen keep their potential customer off balance, excited, and emotional throughout the course of the sale.
Listen, look, we gotta rush them, we gotta kick them, what we gotta do is get in and get them, so right, let's go.
They do that because as long as they're in your face and blitzing you and keeping you off balance, it robs you of your ability to use logic and reason in your sales making process. And a lot of people are at home and they're like, damn, I have an impulse buying issue. I have an impulse shopping issue. It's not impulse shopping. That's what you think. It's impulse because you can't understand why every time you check your bank statement, something miraculous has happened and there was less in there than there should have been.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this.
Which leaves you scrolling through your ledger trying to identify each purchase. You got sold. That's what happened. You got caught off guard and you got sold. And a lot of these impulse buying decisions aren't impulses. They were situations where you made an emotional decision because you were excited about potentially buying something that you were convinced that you needed by a salesperson or a sales campaign. And it's not always a salesperson right in front of you. Sometimes it's just a miraculous sales campaign and you just keep clicking around the internet and they just keep hitting you with this stuff. And you're like, man, I'm just going to go ahead and get it. How much is it?
Gotcha, bitch.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
That is what we're going to today help you guard against, that blitz.